So today, I really just wanted to kind of like break down a few things. Why did I stop playing WonderKing? Today, I just really wanted to like kind of talk about this situation because it's one of those things where it's starting to become like a trend with WonderKing, and due to that, a lot of players really did drop off after this August 21st update, and I think it's just something that needs to be talked about because it seems as if there's parts where they're listening to us and then there's other parts where they're not, and I just wanted you guys to like understand the difference and what's exactly is going on right now, because really there's so much that we would love to see in this game. And of course, we're just gonna go ahead and just start off with what happened on August 21st. So they dropped this and they pretty much told us, oh yeah, new skills will be at a specific higher level or will be added in the car owner update. They also told us that balance and testing are in progress with these addition of these new skills. So everybody was thinking, oh my goodness, there's new skills on the way, there's another class balance on the way. So we were thinking there was a ton of stuff that was happening or what's gonna happen, and it just didn't. So after they had sent this out, everybody was super hyped. We're all expecting to get new skills possibly around level 500 because there is a huge content gap for those of you guys who haven't played between level 200 and level 500. And honestly, there's a content gap from everything past 200 because literally you get final jobs at level 200 and it would only make sense for you to put content in that specific area. However, when it came time to actually update it, this is what we got, which essentially had told us, oh my goodness, this was about money. So they dropped this out and they have new passive skills called Heroic Power, and once you get this, it adds skill damage increases to your skills. So pretty much it's a damage increase for all the people who are actually using it. When you achieve level 600, you can acquire it after completing the former manager quest, and up to level 10 it could be raised, and then per one level it would raise your character 5 levels, additional damage between 10 to 100%. And then they added in another skill at level 625, which is literally about 50% of what max level is currently. Now when they did this was a really big slap in the face to everybody who had been grinding for the past 2 weeks nonstop, expecting to at least get some form or taste of these new skills. And not only to mention that as time has gone on, they made it seem as if these were going to be level based, but in reality, it's just skill points. All you need is to be that level and to actually increase using skill points. Everything else in between is just nonsense. So it just makes it really tough when they announce new stuff like this. And then not only to mention that a lot of the people who were actually above level 600, a lot of them macroed. So it makes it really hard for you to actually enjoy the game at a pace that makes sense because the game is being based off of people who are cheating essentially. I know that I'm not trying to make a big deal out of this. I'm just saying that that's the reality of what's going on here, is that there's people who are literally like speed running the game. They're not even there. They're going to work and they just use macros and they don't do anything about it. And as a matter of fact, they've actually just set out 3-day bans and said it was fine. So due to this stuff like this, we see that there's really no point in the race, in at least the Korean version. So most people, after they saw this update, they dropped off. So how could you remedy this? How could you make this better? Like, you really can't at this point in time because the damage is already done. You're putting in new skills for people who are literally, I think there's only one person that I know for a fact did not macro, and that's about it. Like, literally everybody else under 600 like is majority of the game. It's like 99.5% of the people in the game. Like, there's literally, you can count how many people are on level 600 plus on your hand currently. And that's what's crazy about this whole situation, is that literally there's no more than 5 people who are above level 600, and there's one person who is level 625 magically overnight, which was insane, by the way. There's just so much stuff that's going on here where it just doesn't feel fair, and for all the people who have been grinding and actually leveling up, it was just nonsense. So what happened after they dropped that update? So we go on to the August 27th information. They drop a new place to grind, and they actually drop off new stuff too. It's crazy. Like, we just totally skipped over this. They added in this hunting analysis system whenever you click the auto button, which honestly, in my opinion, is really useless. It's a waste of time. There's no reason for you to actually need this ever because you don't get a lot of Zed from farming and you don't get a lot of experience. So what are we doing with this? You know what I mean? There's really no point to this. The summer event ended and they took the juices and the ice boxes away, which was pretty much we thought was coming. And we also thought that they were adding item drop rate and cooldown reduction to character ability stat, but they just added it to the character stat window. So now whenever you're looking at your characters, you can actually see your cooldown reduction and item drop rate time. After they did that same weekend, they actually dropped a 2x event weekend. So literally 2x experience, 2x drop rate, 2x character enhancement, which is crazy. And then they did a 2x drop rate for, I guess, like the boss emblem tickets and the boss emblem, I'm guessing. I'm not too sure. I didn't really pay too much attention to it because really, again, nobody who's benefiting from this. Like, it just seems absurd, man. Like, it's just a get back method, and you can tell how the drop off happened. Literally, it dropped off from having over 300 people looking at this and having eyes on it, 126 27. And it's like this, you can tell that there was a peak moment where it's like, okay, this game actually might be worth it, but it just happened to be one of those situations where it just ended up being really tough for them to swallow. And ever since then, they've just been dropping 2x. They also added somewhat of a story mode there today. This happened today, by the way. They added in a story mode, which story beads are pretty much something that you can like collect and get stronger from or something. I don't really know at this point in time. I just haven't really kept up with what's going on inside the game because I haven't been logging in. Like I said, it just seems like ever since the August 21st update that they've just been trying to like save face, and really the only people that have been saving face majorly are the people who are paying money to keep and stay playing the game. So really everybody else outside of that are really not even paying that much attention to it. And then also here's them using the North American artwork, which is also very interesting to see. Anywho, just wanted to throw that out there. I'm hoping that eventually WonderKing does understand like what people actually want from this game. Also, thank you guys for all the subs. But yeah, I just hope that people understand like, yeah, we love WonderKing, but this is why WonderKing is where it is right now. They just keep making these brain dead, I almost don't want to use those terms, but they're just not sufficeable updates. And then whenever we get the stuff that we want, it's like a slap in the face because only the top 1% can actually enjoy it. It's the crazy cycle. I don't understand how this will work out, man. But hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm hoping that the North American version is somewhat not like this. Like I know that there's going to be some sort of whale mechanic because they've already shown us that we're going to get uniforms and unique stuff. Also, by the way, that's so wild. They legit banned me from their like North American website. It's okay. I got another way around. Also, for those of you guys who have been checking out the website, they've updated it. There's now a new whole setup here. I did want to talk a little bit about this. So in the Korean version, I will say that the pet Mio is actually a magnetic pet. I don't know if that will be the case in North American because this skin and this costume set that they give you is a legendary set in the Korean version. And it's interesting to see that that is unique here. So there's really no telling what exactly is going to happen here. Since I've already filled this out, all you got to do really is just do the pre-booking. I know that we talked about the old prizes, but I think that they just made these the new prizes. And then step 2 and step 3. And once you complete all those, you'll get all 3 of these prizes. They're all super good. So make sure that you do this if you're going to be playing WonderKing. It'll be a really nice boost to your account. Just in general, to let you know that there are 4 tiers of costumes in this game. There's the rare sets, then there's your standards. Let me start off by saying standards the worst, rarity is the second worst, third is unique, and then fourth is legendary. So that just kind of lets you know where this set currently sits at when it comes to all that. No telling what's going to happen here, but just seeing how all this Korean version stuff is starting to come out, I can understand that they might actually need a few more weeks before they actually try to re-release. So we'll see what happens. But again, thank you guys so much for everything that's going on. I know that this isn't like the best video in the world, but it was just something that I needed to put together because I felt like it needed some closure. But again, I don't want this to discourage anybody from actually playing WonderKing. I just want for you guys to understand what's actually happening right now, because a lot of this will eventually kind of port over to the North American version. And if there's a lot of similarities, then we might actually be a little bit more ahead than we thought. But currently right now, as it seems, it's somewhat going to be different, and we don't know what's going to happen until we actually see the numbers ourselves. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one.